Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Use my app store on their website.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Sober Talk with Brothers Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's almost the weekend, baby. I hope everybody's having a beautiful week so far, a beautiful day. It's a great day to be alive, sober, and free. Free from the jail cell, the prison cell, free from the trap trailers and the trap houses, and free from being dope sick or hungover. But tonight's show is being sponsored by New Freedom Family Center and Tied for Second Sober Living. Beds are available. Just hit them up. New Freedom Family Center is the first of its kind in Bismarck. They accept pregnant women and women with children to go to treatment with them. So if you're interested or you just got some questions, contact New Freedom Family Center. Also, tonight's show is being sponsored by Resurrection Tattoo, where you can bring a $50 toy and get $100 off your tattoo with a receipt. All toys get donated to New Song Church, which is a great thing. Shout out to the House of Fade. So I have a great raffle going on right now. All proceeds go to us doing more events in the community and in the prisons in 2026. And raffle tickets are available at the House of Fade, Resurrection Tattoo, Los Capones Gym, and the coffee shop at 321 Coffee in the Hub. And also, you message me, DM me directly if you're interested. You can Venmo, all types of payment platforms. If you feel it in your heart, you want to donate to a good cause, and I will fill out the raffle ticket for you and take a picture and send it to you. Also, on New Year's Eve, at the Dream Center in Bismarck, North Dakota. There's a free community event held by Celebrate Recovery from New Life Church. I'll be there broadcasting live all night, and that's when I will do the drawing for the raffle. You don't have to be present, but you'll get a phone call if you win. But I got a special guest in the house tonight. Drum roll. Via Viva Las Vegas, and via the North Dakota DOCR.
Oh,
My man, Timothy Colton. What's up,
how
brother?
you doing, man?
Fresh out?
Yeah, it's good to be out, man. It's good to be free.
Here trying to figure out life as a free man.
I'm
Boy,
sober, man.
yeah. In the halfway house. You know what
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean?
at BTC right now, but
Yep, God's gonna make a door
working
for
my
you.
way out of there. That's for sure.
God's got a plan for you, brother.
Of course.
If you stay sober and stay prayed up, you wouldn't believe me if I told you how your life would be a year from now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's no things that God, if you ain't dead, God ain't done with you. You know what I mean? So, Colton, how long have you been sober and clean?
This time around, I'm coming up on. It's been about 4 years now, actually. As of
Mostly in the
November, it's been 4
penitentiary,
years.
correct?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
And where, how was it for you growing up? Did you have mom, dad, brothers, sisters?
I mean, so my 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 growth story, man, coming up in life was rough. So I'm adopted. My biological parents, my mom's an addict, an ex-addict. She's sober now.
Okay.
She was 16 when she had me, and I was like 2 months premature almost. And
Mhm.
I was born really fucked up. She had to give me up for adoption, man. My dad's been in and out of the prison system in California my entire life. I've never met him.
I
Um,
never remember my dad either. Anybody out there, are you my daddy? Nah, I know,
I mean, I know,
but I ain't never met him though.
I know who he is, and I've tried to build a connection with him, and it's.
Oh, I found him.
He said I found him.
Yep. In Independence, Louisiana, in the graveyard. I went and read a letter to him at his grave.
But
It was amazing.
as I was growing up, man, like my adopted family, they saved my life. I mean, I had a lot of birth defects. I would have, by all rights, I should have been dead. By the grace of God and hundreds of thousands of dollars from my adopted family for surgeries and stuff like that to make this ugly face the way it is,
Yeah.
and not much uglier than it is now.
Hmm.
Um, they saved my life, and as I got older, my parents started kind of butting heads with each other,
Hmm.
and my dad ended up being pushed in the arms of another woman, you know,
Hmm.
and my mom decided to take that out on us, and I mean very unfairly. And me being the youngest when it happened, my brother and both my sisters were basically adults at the time, already moved out of the house. Um, I was the one taking the brunt of it.
Hmm.
Um, man, I remember I was like 10 years old, dude. My mom used to waterboard me just because I was upset, bro. Like, we had a big sink in our laundry room, and she would, like, I'd be upset about something, and she would literally, like, hold me upside down at the sink, running water over my face.
Yeah.
And just the emotion. And then as I got older, she kind of realized, like, hey, look, he can defend himself now. And it turned into a lot of psychological and emotional abuse, you know, and even like trying to get myself right. Like, I remember I lost my first job because she wouldn't let me leave the house.
Mm.
And when I tried to push out the front door to get to work past her, she turned around and called the cops while I was at the bus stop
Hmm.
and said that, like, I pushed her down the stairs or some stupid shit like that.
Right.
Um, and I mean, it all panned out. You know what I mean? They ended up letting it go, and over time, it became the same thing over and over again. And they would show up at the house and more be telling my mom, like, you got to stop this
Hmm.
because all he's trying to do is be an adult and live his life.
Hmm.
Um, but for me, my addiction started a lot of that because of a lot of that. You know, I'm a protect people's names and stuff, but a very close friend, family member of mine was the first one to ever give me opiates, and I was
Hmm.
14 years old. First time I stuck a needle in my arm, man.
Hmm.
And by 18, I was selling it without my parents knowing, somehow hiding the fact that I was nodding out 3 or 4 times a day.
Hmm.
Um, I ended up in a boarding school though in high
Right.
school in Utah,
Okay.
in southern Utah, in Escalante,
Did you
Utah.
become a Mormon?
No, no, I did not. I don't want to say they tried to push it on me. It was a willing thing to go to church with them and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and take seminary classes. But ultimately, I'm grateful to those two women that own that school. It's Emily and Elaine Lott, man. Um, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have graduated high school. I wouldn't have temporarily got my shit together for a little while to the point where,
Hmm.
I mean, I competed in high school rodeo. I competed in wrestling. I competed in cross country. I was chilling, man. I was doing good.
Rodeo.
Yeah, rodeo.
So you rode a
Um,
bull? What you riding? Sheep?
man, this ain't Montana.
What you was riding?
I was doing bulls.
Yeah.
Um, I started learning to rope a little bit, but I never got to compete in team roping.
Hmm.
Um, I always wanted to bulldog, but I'm not really big enough for that. You know, I'm a little guy.
Hmm.
Um, but I mean, I've always been told, man, you stick a bull like a fucking band-aid. Pardon
Hmm.
my language. Um, and after I got done with that, I ended up leaving straight from there back to Vegas. Fell right back into my own ways, and my dad was like, "You got to stop this. I'll send you. I'll send you wherever you want to go. You can go to Job Corps. You can go. I'll help you get into school." I was like, "I'll go to Job Corps if it's somewhere closer to you." So I ended up in San Francisco Job Corps. My dad was living in Sacramento.
Rice-A-Roni Tony.
Oh yeah, dude, San Francisco is an amazing city. You got the rice and roni factory. You got the what
Did you
chocolate factory.
finish Job Corps?
No, I was just close, man. I ended up getting a fight with a kid
Hmm.
over some money he owed me.
Hmm.
Um, and I got kicked out of there. And that was probably the worst thing that could have ever happened to me as far as my addiction goes, because from there it just went downhill. Um, for those who don't know, it's the worst heroin on the planet out there because it's the best heroin you'll ever have. It's
Have you ever overdosed?
I have a few
Well, I'm
times.
glad you're still with us,
I'm
brother.
definitely still here, and I'm definitely glad that I missed this fentanyl thing that's going on these days, man. That's a little bit before my time,
Right.
but I'm glad, and I feel for all the people who are struggling with it right now, man. It's killing people, and it breaks my heart to see that many people who would have had a chance
Hmm.
not have a chance anymore because this drug is evil. I mean, all drugs are evil, but fentanyl is fentanyl's the devil, man. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Um, but long story short, man, I my addiction carried on, and then I finally caught my first prison bid because of a girlfriend that I was with. Her name was Sarah.
Or it was her fault.
No, it was. So her and the dude she was cheating on me with actually lit my mom's house on fire and
Oh,
then called the cops and said I did it.
oh.
And I fought that case for a year and a half. When they arrested me, I was living in what I had thought was an abandoned house, but it was turned out to be somebody's vacation home.
Hmm.
So in the end, I ended up pleading out to a burglary, and that was my fault.
Hmm.
Um, but I ultimately beat the arson and attempted murder charges. Um, and it sucks because they'll still show on your record that you were charged with them, and people look at you crazy when they look you up, like, dude, you tried to burn your mom's house down. But no, I didn't. Like, that's not how it went. That's what the media and the news and court papers all say, but that's not really how it happened. You know
Right.
what I mean? And that's a tough one to overcome. You know what I mean? It's been rough. So after that, though, I actually was clean for quite some time. They gave me probation on that burglary. I went to, here's a shout out, West Care in Harris Springs Ranch, Nevada.
Hmm.
Awesome program, man. I did the full 90 days there, finished it with flying colors.
How many treatments you been to?
That was the only one.
Okay.
The only one that I really wanted to go to, and I went there and I finished it flying colors, man. Um, counselors up there were great. I've heard they're still great. Leo, the guy who's the president of their company, he's an ex-federal inmate. He was trafficking massive amounts of drugs, and now he's the CEO of West Care in Nevada.
Right.
Even though they are a worldwide program, they have a West Care Philippines, they have West Care in Europe, they have West Care all over the United States. Great program. If you have one near you and you need help, I recommend going there. Um,
How many prisons you been to?
two,
Okay.
three bids, two prisons.
Okay.
While I was on probation after I finished West Care, I was actually still sober when I caught my second felony, but I had nowhere to go. I got kicked out of the halfway house in Vegas because I couldn't find a job, so I couldn't afford the $800 a month that Crook was charging me.
Hmm.
Um, so I did what I had to do, and instead of putting myself around a bunch of drugs and relapsing, I got a hold of somebody who had access to other means of things for me to sell.
How'd you end up in North Dakota?
So I came out here for a woman,
Oh yeah,
um,
lover's boy.
something like that.
Mm.
You know, she
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
yeah, actually, so I was actually coming to that too. So that uh that new felony was it was one charge because the way Nevada does it, it doesn't matter how many firearms you have, they can only charge you with one count of felon in possession of a firearm. I had 13 fully automatic rifles, seven pistols, and like eight shotguns that I was trying to sell to somebody, and
Hmm.
a dude didn't like the price I was giving him, so he told on me.
Hmm.
I that violated my first probation, and they made me sit out the last 2 months of that in in Nevada State Prison at High Desert. I expired that and went back to county where I got another probation chance. Um, they wanted me to go to sober living, well, a treatment program called I can't remember what it's called right now because I was only there for like an hour before I walked out because
Man.
I was sober. And at that point, I didn't really realize that recovery is a lot more than sobriety. So I was like, you know what, I don't need this, and I'm out. So I ran from probation, ran from that program, to come out here,
Okay. Well,
and
how did you come out here? Like,
I took Greyhound. My sister, I
well,
actually,
you met a girl on
yeah.
vacation or something?
No, we've been talking on Facebook for 3, 4 years at this point, and I got a hold of her, and it was kind of like,
Where
well,
was she in North Dakota?
she's here in Bismarck.
Okay.
Yeah. So I called my sister and was like, look, I don't want to go back to prison right now. My only option really is to just, leave. And I've got somewhere good I can be. I got someone good, someone very good who is there for me when I get there. She's like, well, where are you trying to go? I said, I need a bus ticket to North Dakota. She said, are you fucking crazy? And I was like, I might
What
be.
year was that?
That was in 2022. No,
Okay.
21. That was the very end of 21. I got here November 21st of 2021.
I wish I would have met you at the bus station. I was already sober. I'd have told you either you're gonna straighten up or you
So
going to prison.
probably like a month or two before I came up here is when I realized.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was running around Vegas for a little bit after I ran from that program
Mm-hmm.
and fell in with some friends that I probably shouldn't have gotten back in touch with, but I felt like I had nowhere else to go. And I tried to hang on for dear life for the longest I could, but as an addict, like
Yeah.
people are sitting there smoking right in your face, it's tough.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I gave in, and by the time I got here, I was pretty much already smoked out again.
Yeah.
Um,
Smoking and choking, huh?
yeah. I got here, tried to do pretty good for a while, and then my sponsor and best friend that I've known since I was little, friend of our family, his name's Drew. He killed himself right after he just had a baby with another very good friend of mine that I consider like a cousin, man. Um, and she kind of like detached from society completely. I haven't heard from her at all,
Mm-hmm.
and it broke my heart, dude. I was making breakfast, getting ready to go to work, and my buddy Josh called me on video, and he's crying. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you crying like a little pussy? And he's like, Drew's dead. And I was like, stop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It blew my mind because he'd been sober for almost 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it just blew my mind. I was like, how? And they're like, he gave himself a hot shot.
Mm-hmm.
He had some fentanyl tablets and some heroin and some lithium strips and a bunch of shit just sitting on the center console of his car.
Mm-hmm.
And when they found him, the needle was still hanging out of his arm.
Mm-hmm.
And all after the investigation and everything, they're like, yeah, no, this had to be suicide. There was nobody else's prints. The doors were locked. He was in there alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that made me go completely off the deep end. I took about 2 weeks. I lost 60 pounds. I was in a bad way, man. And
And what happened?
well, my woman started catching on to it and realizing that I was coming home late from work and kind of like
Oh,
hiding.
you had a job.
Yeah, I was working at ID Chrysler at the time, and like kind of hiding stuff on my phone,
Yeah.
and obviously it's because I was talking to other women, but she still doesn't believe this. But I wasn't really trying to sleep with these women. I just wanted their drugs.
Right.
So I'd talk to them, I'd go get high with them, and then come home late. And where were you? Oh, I had to work late.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally shit hit the fan, and we were both drinking that day, and I was coming down off of pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she just called me on it. She's like, I know you're fucking around, and I know you're doing dumb shit. And I was like, fuck you. Called her every name in the book, and she finally reached across and hit me while I was driving. I pulled the car over, and she started wailing on me. So we got out of the car, and she was trying to fight me in front of some random stranger's house. And I ended up pulling her gun on him.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God, like, she said she had a feeling that day, like,
So you
I
got 4 years?
got 4 years for felon possession of firearm, terrorism with firearm, two counts of contact with bodily fluids because the cops beat my ass and I bled on them,
Mm-hmm.
which I probably should have fought, but I didn't at the time because I wanted a deal.
Right.
And then there was felony preventing arrest and criminal trespass because once we finally got home, it turned into a like full blown trailer park brawl between me, her, the neighbor lady, and her husband,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a nightmare. I didn't even remember anything
I
until
bet you
like
didn't.
I didn't until like 2 days after being in jail and sobering up, and then it finally kind of started to sink in. And after talking to people, I started kind of piecing things together. And I think honestly, I didn't really fully remember everything that happened until I was already at NDSP, and that
Mm-hmm.
was almost a month later.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well,
but it was a nightmare. And now, after the 3 years I've done in NDSP, I started chairing NA meetings at the farm. I was going to all the AA meetings at the walls.
mm-hmm.
I did prison fellowship. Shout out to Eddie.
Eddie.
I love you, bro. Um, you know, um, the thing about North Dakota prison as opposed to High Desert State Prison in Nevada, man, is that NDSP gives you an opportunity that is very rare in any other prison system, man. We don't have the presence of politics so much as other places. You don't have to conform to the way that your race wants you to be like
Mm-hmm.
you do in other places. So you have an opportunity to really be yourself and find yourself again.
Right.
And if you take these treatment programs that they're putting us through and actually apply yourself and apply them to your life, then it works. You know what I mean? I had to do conflict resolution because obviously I had serious anger issues the day I got arrested,
Mm-hmm.
and I still do. And
Well, at least your glasses aren't cracked.
no, they're not. They're actually brand new.
Yeah.
Um,
How did we first meet?
we met at MRCC the first time.
Okay.
You were doing the barbershop event, I believe,
Yeah.
with Hip Hop and
I
Hope.
brought. Uh, no, that was a separate event.
That was the first time I ever met you.
The barber event was me.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were there that day
Nope.
though. No.
No. We did a bunch of events
Oh no,
though.
that was the barbershop event was the day the King came, right?
Nope.
No. There's so many things you put on over
That was
there.
the
I don't remember.
first change games.
That was the first change games.
And
You're
then
right.
we set up the canopies and stuff outside the Char
Yeah,
Hall. And then he
I
put
remember
it
now.
on,
Yep.
and then I spoke my story some.
So I think I actually met you at the first change games then.
Okay. Shout out to Hip Hop and Hope. They're doing
Absolutely.
great things.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and then I had an unfortunate event at the farm where, I mean, recovery is part of recovery is making mistakes, and I got into it with a friend of mine, and you win some, you lose some. I woke up at Sanford
Mm-hmm.
with a raging headache and a sore jaw, and a fist print on the side of my face that shows that it looked like I got hit with a brick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I still love the dude. We're still friends, you know. But I got sent back to the walls for that, and then I started seeing you like almost every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, first it was on Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, yeah, for
Evangel Alpha.
event, yeah. It,
Yeah.
it was just Tuesday night Evangel when I
Yeah.
first started seeing you there, and then I got involved in Alpha. I got involved in Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Evangel. Shout out to Travis, man,
Yeah.
and Catlin, and
Big
everybody else who comes
big
into the
things
prison. Man,
going on in the prisons.
you guys do amazing work out there at NDSP, man. It's changing lives. Um, so and then I got out, and I think I messaged you, Catlin, Travis,
Mm-hmm.
and who else? I don't remember who else. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry for forgetting you. I know you're probably watching this right now, like,
Right.
you forgot me, bro.
Yeah.
But you were the first one at Evangel to message me back and literally come running out and give me a legal hug.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what that means, so for a while there at Evangel, the prison was letting us hug the guys when they came in to see us and stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then out of the blue, right towards the end of my bid, they were like, you guys can't do that. It's for your own safety.
Travis said, "What's up, Tim?" He's watching.
What is up, bro?
Yeah, you gotta look that way and talk to him.
Hey. Um, so and then when I actually got out, Travis, here another shout out for you, bro, was out in Pakistan already by the time I actually got to get to Evangel, and he was doing mission work out there, man. And it's a beautiful thing, you know.
Right.
So I didn't really get to see him till like my third or fourth week back at Evangel, but I swear, man, the hugs all three of you guys gave me were just
Right.
incredible.
So let me ask you this though. So you did all that time in jail, or in prison, and is this the longest you've been sober?
I think so.
Okay. How is your relationship with God now?
Actually, I don't think it's the longest I've been sober, but this is the longest that I've truly focused on actual recovery.
Well, I'm not talking about when you was
So,
4 years old.
hey, no, I've had periods that all my periods of sobriety have been close to 3 or 4 years for the most part.
Right.
I go on benders and then chill for a little bit, and then I go down the rabbit hole, and then I chill for a little bit, then I go down the rabbit hole, and it usually stops either when I damn near kill myself or I end up in prison, you know. And this time, I don't know what it was this time, but I'm done. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm absolutely done,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm uh I'm definitely focused on like full recovery this time. I'm looking at the other aspects of my life that lead to me using, and I think that's the most important part is you find your sobriety, but a lot of people leave it at that, and that's where they screw up. You know what I mean? Because they're not focused on recovering the other aspects of their life that they've destroyed due to their addiction. You know what I
Right.
mean? You kind of ruin your personality, you ruin your state of mind, and those are things you got to work on.
So you finally got to go to Evangel Church in person after all those years.
Yeah,
And so how's your relationship with God now in the
it's
Bible and uh in Jesus? You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
it's growing fast.
mhm,
I was raised Christian, um, and on and off through the years, I'd come and go, come and go, come and go, because I didn't want to be seen while I'm all strung out at church.
right,
And that kind of, at one point, I was I was basically full blown atheist. You know what I mean? And even throughout this prison bit, I went through like stages of my faith. You know what I mean? I went into prison basically full blown atheist,
mm-hmm,
and a couple of my buddies, man, all started dragging me to Sweat Lodge, and I started practicing that a little bit. You know what I mean? And
mm-hmm,
learning those ways. I was actually the first time I met you. Shortly after that, I started pouring sweat down at the farm.
okay,
Um, my buddy Braden taught me how to do that. Full Bear, rest in peace, brother. I miss you so much.
mm-hmm,
He taught me a lot about what I know about the Lakota ways too. Um, and for me, like once I got sent back from the farm and had to step away from that
mm-hmm,
because I was in the East unit, didn't really have as much free time to focus on that
mm-hmm,
anymore. Um, I still was going to Sweat, and won't lie, I still plan on going to one every now and then out there at Tribes or something when I find somebody to go with.
right,
But my primary focus right now is on my faith and being closer to God. And as I've kind of progressed with that and started going to Evangel at NDSP, I've even found myself like now that I'm not in the sweat, pouring the sweat, I'm in the sweat praying to God. You know
right.
what I mean? I'm in there. In my eyes, it's my way of offering my body as a living sacrifice. You know what I mean? To
Have you
suffer.
have you thought about getting baptized at Evangel?
I have been baptized by Evangel. Actually, Travis is the one who baptized me. Thank you,
Or
Travis.
in the prison?
Yes, Travis baptized
Yeah,
me.
I remember that.
Yep.
Um,
And that was awesome, man. It was a beautiful thing, and
are you going this weekend for the first Christmas special?
absolutely
Yeah.
every
All
week,
the
man.
people out there listening, this Sunday is the first Sunday of the Christmas specials at Evangel Church, and there's four services, so the times has changed. So they're having at 8 a.m., at 9:45, I think at 10:30, and a 12:30, something like that.
You know,
I was pretty close. I'm about
yeah, they
15
they
minutes
broke it
off,
up.
maybe.
They broke it up into four.
Yep,
I actually think you got the times right.
yep.
Um,
And so yeah, I know a lot of people they like to show up at church during the holiday times. So come through. Maybe you'll learn something, or maybe you'll feel something.
yeah,
I can honestly say in my 8 years almost of this journey, Evangel has been a very big impact on my life.
mm-hmm,
You know what I mean? And helped me in so many ways.
absolutely.
And so I'm forever thankful for Evangel. I even got their logo tatted on my leg. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. You know,
Look at
you
you.
wasn't the only demon setting people's houses on fire. Nah,
Hey,
I'm playing, I'm playing.
That's a little full, bro. That's
No,
full.
but you gotta grow spiritually, brother.
Absolutely.
Uh,
I think that's a huge part of where I'm at now is not only the mental and the physical growth that I've gone through while I was in this time, something has definitely changed in my spirit, whether it be because of God or because of everything else that I was doing, something changed to start that path for me, and I I'm so grateful that I'm even still alive. You know what I mean?
I'm grateful
By all
that you're
rights, man.
alive too.
By all rights, man. The day I got arrested this last time, they probably should have shot me the way I was acting. You know, I got lucky. You know,
You ever tried meditating?
I meditate a lot. I even do yoga, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
I even do yoga. Yeah.
Mm.
But for me, like, I like to run
So
too.
when did you get married?
We're not married.
Okay. You have any children?
No,
Okay.
I have a
Uh,
stepson. Well,
all
soon
right.
to be stepson.
Yeah, but you plan on getting married.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Have you thought about getting married at Evangel?
We haven't really talked about any of that yet. We're so part of my
Maybe,
part of my
maybe.
parole conditions is I'm actually not even allowed to see her or talk to her at
Okay.
all, and I haven't.
Right.
So
Well, once all that's over with,
yeah.
so you stay focused. You play the game, stay out of trouble.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe Pastor Travis will marry you.
Yeah. And I mean, so right now my ultimate goal is first of all get out of BTC, and someone really important who's actually here tonight. You can't see her. Her name's Taryn. She's with Free Through Recovery in F5.
Hi, Taryn. Thanks for getting me in.
She has been fighting tooth and nail to get me a bed at F5, and unfortunately, my PO shot it down, saying she thinks I'm too violent to be in the community. Um, Everybody who knows me now that I'm out begs to differ because they've seen me go through.
Have you ever thought about Father's Farm?
I'm too far away. I won't. I can't. I can't be that far away.
Right.
I got family and dogs here in Bismarck that I need to be here for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the year commitment for me with something like that where I'm not really able to work and make money, it's not ideal.
You do have jobs.
Yeah, but it's
Just pray on it, brother. Have you prayed on it?
I have.
Right. Catlin says, "What's up, Timmy?"
What's up, Catlin? How you doing, brother? Um, my main goal right now is either F5 or finding a place of my own or a room to rent, which is tough in Bismarck, you know, as a felon, especially as a violent felon. No one really wants to rent to you. Um, but there are a lot of programs out there who will help with advocacy letters, things like that, like Ministry on the Margins.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure you guys out there at F5 also help a little bit with that kind of stuff.
Shout out to
So,
Ministry on the Margin.
absolutely.
If you didn't know yet, Sister Kathleen, her farewell is next Wednesday
Mm,
from 3 to 7. So make sure you stop by and give her a good farewell because she saved so many lives, including me.
absolutely.
Including me. I was homeless at one time and I was in there looking stupid, hungry, just ready to eat some of them dry pretzels from the food pantry.
Yeah.
But she pointed me in the right direction. And I'm very so thankful just because if she wasn't there, if the organization wasn't there, I would have never my story would have never went the same. You know what I mean? I
Absolutely,
could be
man.
dead.
Um, I mean, so I mean, for me, I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's something that sometimes it's hard for me to remember to do that because I keep trying to look like all these weeks ahead or all these months ahead, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. This is where I need to be, and I keep forgetting sometimes to live for today.
Right.
You know, 24 hours at a time.
So I got something for you. Starting tomorrow morning, when you wake up, I want you to drop out of your bunk or whatever you sleep in on your knees and say, "Thank you, God, for another 24 hours."
Absolutely.
And then meditate.
And maybe not in such a
Just do it.
outward way. I do it every day.
Just do it though.
I do wake up every morning, and I thank God
Mhm.
and my higher power that I am still breathing, that
Right.
I am sober, that I have a good job. Which, by the way, shout out to Take Five over on Bismarck Expressway. We just opened 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Um, man, come on in. We've almost got no wait ever.
Yep.
15-minute oil changes. He can tell you about the work we do, man.
Yep. He's a specialist. You go over there and get your blinker fluid changed.
Your blinker fluid.
Yeah.
Oh man. About the only thing we don't do is work on brakes or transmission or
Right.
tire rotations because we don't have a lift.
Yeah.
We pride ourselves in under 15-minute oil changes. We can do coolant swaps, all that stuff for you. We have a great crew over there, friendly. Bring your kids. We got snacks for them. Bring your dogs. We got treats for them. You know, just swing on by over there at Take 5 on Bismarck Expressway across from Cashwise, man. You know, we're open from 7 to 7 every day and Sunday from 10 to 4.
Right.
Yeah, 10 to 4 on Sundays. We're open 7 days a week and we treat our customers with gratitude for being there. We treat them with love and we do so with pride. So, you know,
Amen to that. Well, I'm proud of you, brother.
yes, thank you, sir.
You know what I mean? You keep doing your thing
Yeah,
and keep surrendering every day, brother.
absolutely.
Every day. And I promise you, a year from now, you wouldn't believe how God would transform your life.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
he already has in the last year or so. So,
Right. And God's blessing right here. You know what I mean? He's headed in the right direction. He's got God in his life. He's got recovery in his life. He's got a great support system. And y'all be praying for my brother Timothy Colton. And well, I thank you for coming.
it's so weird to hear anybody other than my mom or CO call me Timothy.
I can make up a nickname for you.
I'm all right, man.
We'll call you Whistle Ears. You know,
I had to go for the earlobes.
the
didn't
wind
you?
the wind blows 50 miles, 60 miles an hour out here. I know it's got a whistle sometimes. But I got a few questions for you.
Yeah, shoot him.
If you were at the end of your life
Right.
and there were the gates of hell and there were the gates of heaven, what would you tell God and what would you tell the devil?
Tell God I'm coming home, and I tell the devil, you can't have me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why he can't have you?
Because I'm his.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen to that. I'm glad you know that. You know what I mean? If you was on death row and you had one last meal, what would it be?
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs?
Steak and eggs.
How would you eat your steak?
Blue.
Blue?
Blue.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Bloody as hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good luck on your intentions. Well, if you could travel anywhere outside of the United States in the world, where would it be?
New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Mm-hmm.
Go get you some kiwis, huh?
Yep.
Well, my brother Timothy Colton, fresh out the can, 4 years of sobriety,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna be doing great things. You just stay tuned. But shout out to all the followers. We just reached 100,000 views on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. We've been doing this for a while, and God's will, God's blessing, and by the good Lord, many great things are going to happen in 2026. Shout out to all the supporters, the Ridge in Fargo, North Dakota, the F5 Project, Tied for Second Sober Living, New Freedom Family Center, Prairie Recovery Center, A House of Faith, Treasures of the Sea and Earth, Resurrection Tattoo, where you can buy a $50 toy and bring a receipt, and you get $100 off your tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of great things. Shout out to the White Shield Market that's going to be happening on December 14th from noon to 6 in White Shield, North Dakota. I will be there set up, and then you can catch Sober Talk at the mall throughout the rest of December through different days. And so, you got any shout outs?
I mean, I think I got them all, man. While we were talking, another shout out for Take 5 where I work, man. I love all you guys over there, and I hope to see anybody else watching. Come in, give us a chance, man. Shout out to F5. Shout out to Taryn. Shout out to Travis. Shout out to my family here in Bismarck, my dogs, my woman. Um, Shout out to all the brothers that I've made and found while I was in prison, man. Y'all, those of you that I held close have gotten me through this bid, especially Braden Sanderson, David Fullbear, man. May you rest in peace. Ryan Iron Road, I see you over there, man.
Yeah.
You know, Logan Hayes, Alex Hobbs. You know, there's so many of you guys that
Evangel Prison Ministry.
Evangel,
Yeah.
especially the prison ministry through Evangel, absolutely.
Yeah.
So many Hip Hop and Hope.
Yeah.
Big Muddy. I look forward to joining you guys when I get out of BTC, man. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know, anybody I forgot, I'm sorry.
Me.
You for having me on the show. You know,
I'm messing with you. I appreciate you coming.
absolutely.
This is all God's plan.
Yeah.
But
Man, I was literally shaking in the car on the way over here. And it's not because I was cold. I was terrified, bro. I've never done anything like this before.
me neither.
So
That's when God put this in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it.
yeah,
And that's God's purpose.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. So thank you for watching. Uh keep him in your prayers. I keep everybody in prayers. And Taylor,
Taryn.
Taryn from the F5 Project. She got this young man here tonight. And I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your week. Stay sober. If you can't stay sober, catch an Uber. And if you're looking for resources, there's so many resources available now. You know what I mean? You don't have to have the car, but you can reach out. Anybody interested in a raffle ticket, reach out. We'll be doing a New Year's Eve party at the Dream Center. We'll celebrate recovery from New Life, and I'll be broadcasting there, and I'll be doing the drawing. If anybody is interested in Sober Talk, come and do any speaking events, any events, or any ideas, shoot me a message. But some great things happening. But happy holidays, and in the words of my great grand sponsor, Jack Height, if nobody told you yet, we love you, baby. Peace and turkey grease.
Hey, come on. Ooh.
Sober Talk with Brother Brandon, the Raging Cajun. It's the weekend, baby.
That was fun. That was cool.